You guys know we are here at the end of the Sephora savings event, and I did my fair share of shopping. So today I'm doing my second impressions as I continue to test these products to eventually get my final thoughts and feature them in a speed reviews. If you're new to my channel, my speed reviews series is a series I take super serious. It is where I lay out a bunch of products and I tell you whether or not they are worth it after having tested them multiple times. So every Sephora season where I buy a lot, I like to do a second impressions video of products that I'm still currently testing, getting my thoughts on. Some of these I'm far beyond my second impressions. Some of these, it truly is my second impression. That's just the name I give it, but it's really just to get ready with me as we continue to test and figure out these new products. Now, I've supplemented a few products that I didn't actually pick up during the savings event. I'm testing the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer that I received in PR. And this morning, I unboxed these new Urban Decay eyeshadows, which I glazed over in store. I don't know why, I wasn't feeling it that day apparently, but I want to not break them and I want to use them today. So let's go ahead and get into it. You guys know I have a whole playlist, recommendations, my hauls, all of that good stuff for the sale. It is a bit overkill. I know what I'm doing, but frankly, I'm having fun, so whatever. So for base, I did put in my Rare Beauty Brow Gel. That is like my 1000th impression. Love it. So I'm ready to go in with my actual base product. And I'm testing the new Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Blurred Matte. I have been a fan of Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer since I was in middle school. My mom bought me tinted moisturizer when I was in middle school. It was one of the first reviews I ever did on my channel. And I've seen them kind of reformulate, repackage, and relaunch this line a couple of times. I mean, the matte has definitely already existed before, but they've revamped it as they've been doing with a lot of their products. So I'm gonna give this a go. I did try this yesterday, but I need more. I need to give it more time. And even if this is a product I am familiar with, it's nice to re-review it years later because my skin has definitely changed. My opinions on makeup change, how I use makeup changes, application techniques. So I don't think reviewing old products is really bad anymore. I think it's fantastic because my preferences truly have changed. I'm using the shade 1N Birch. I used to use 2N Maple, but that is just a bit too deep for me right now in my winter, haven't touched the skin tone. So I really liked this yesterday, but I want to give it a full wear test on its own because I did a split face with a different tinted moisturizer yesterday, and I just want to give this a full moment. I am not putting down any primer in particular, just my regular skincare because this is a tinted moisturizer, so it should have that built-in moisturizing aspect that I would have gotten from a primer anyways, because I do personally always go for a more hydrating base. I'm not sure when this video is going up. I think Monday. Could be wrong, but I am currently pre-filming right now, so if things seem a little out of date, that would be why. Normally I am really up to date as to when I post. Like I'll post same day that I film or next day that I film. But Jose's sister and her kids and her husband, they're all coming over. So I'm gonna take like a week or so off. So if I am not as present as normal, not that you guys care, but I'm just letting you know that is why. If we have family over, we have a wedding. So it's a busy week for us coming up, which is very exciting. So that's why this Sephora videos are really rolled out and stretched quite thin. It's pre-filming, so I am currently filming this in the thick of Sephora sale season, but it's not going out quite as up to date. Anyways, beating this with the IT Cosmetics number 7 brush. I think this is looking really nice on my skin. Now I do have dry skin, but I think it's nice to have a matte tinted moisturizer option for more oily or combo skin because I know some of you want that lighter tint, but you don't want it to be glowy because you have oily skin, your natural oils will come through. This is such a good option for that because as you can see, it's not super glowy or heavy or skincare feeling like a lot of tinted moisturizers and skin tints right now, which is really the trend. This one is going to wear very, very well if you have more oily skin. And I'm dry and I think it looks nice for sure. I can obviously get away with a more glowy tinted moisturizer since I am more dry. But I like that this isn't giving me sweaty skincare vibes because I've been saying this, like I can make these glowy base products work very well for me. And I do like them, but every time I put on like something matte or natural of a finish, I just think it looks better, it wears better, and it wears longer, a lot longer. So hopefully this keeps up because I think it looks really nice. It's on the light medium side. It's not quite hit a medium coverage, but it gives a decent amount, just enough to even the complexion. I really enjoy it. Now, I definitely needed to use this more because my first impressions was I was kind of in love with it, but then I tried a new concealer and I've been testing that out. So we're taking a couple steps back and I'm trying once again the Westman Atelier concealer that launched a few months ago. I had been waiting for this savings event to pick this up. I have this shade Atelier L4. Oh my gosh, you guys, when I first used this, it was so velvety. I was in love with it. I'm gonna put some on my nose for a little extra coverage, as well as been breaking out a little bit. I don't know what that's about, but look at this blend out. It's a thicker consistency, but it's so plush and it's kind of melts in as you push it into the skin. I love the thicker consistency. I feel like it's helping give more coverage, but it's not like textury thick or heavy thick, because it soaks right in and mushes right in while filling in, due to the thickness, some hollowness that I have going on. We'll lightly just blend this over my super red nose, which has been irritated lately. I don't know. Not going through a great skin season right now. I went through a really good one this last year, but something's happening. I think I've been testing too much skincare. I've been having too much fun with skincare. Putting a little bit more on my cheeks just to cover some extra redness that the tinted moisturizer couldn't. Like this, if it weren't so dang expensive, I feel like this could be an amazing foundation. I just think it looks so good. So hopefully it wears really good, one would hope. Okay, let me finish my brows real quick and then we'll keep it moving. Now, the powder that I picked up during the sale, which I've been loving, you guys, is the YSL All Hours Hyper Blur. This does everything that a luxury powder should be doing. It's super blurring, very fine, very lightweight. I feel like nobody's talking about this, but as somebody who is very picky about powders, I'm so excited about this. And you guys, I saw Nikki LaRose on her Instagram. She posted about the new Givenchy pressed Libra powder, and apparently no glitter in it. Like it's the same formula as the loose formula, the old one. I just placed my order this morning. One of the shades, like the pinky rosy one, was sold out, but that's okay. I picked the other shade that would work for me. I'm so excited for it. I'm hoping. I love a loose powder though because I love pushing it into my makeup. It just makes it last so much longer. But I got it so fast. I also ordered the new Armani. It's like the glowy liquid blush finish. So I ordered one of those as well. So that is my last Sephora order. So this was my third pickup, but it was of stuff that launched while the sale was going on. So I'm waiting for those. Really excited about that. Oh my gosh. But until I can review that, I do want to give my props to this one. Is it as good as the original loose Givenchy powder? I'm not sure. I would have to do a side by side, which I have not yet done, but I'm just enjoying what this gives me for the day. And I find that this makes my concealer last so much longer and so much more crease free, because the other concealer I've been testing has been the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. And when I wore the Double Wear Concealer with this powder pressed in as I'm doing now, I loved that concealer. It lasted so well. And then when I tried a different powder with the Estee concealer, suddenly it was a little creasy. So this powder transforms the wear of concealers, just so you know. And this is the translucent shade. It's a little white, so keep that in mind. It definitely brightens the area for me, but it's bordering on a little ghosty, like white cast type of situation. But I just like work on pressing it in and taking my time, and I just feel like it looks super duper blurred and fine. And this is entering the rotation, I think. I don't think I like it quite as much as my Holy Grails, but it definitely deserves a place in the rotation. I think that this is beautiful, but I cannot wait to try the new Givenchy Pressed. Now, bronzer, I have my hesitations about this. That's why I'm pulling it out today. I typically do love the Dior bronzers, but I got this Forever Nude Bronze in 10 Soft Matte. And my issue with this is the lightest shade, and it's really dark. Like, I didn't like that about it. I love the other Dior Forever bronzers that I had, but I feel like I had them in lighter shades and they were smaller. This has that new jumbo compact, which I don't think was necessary, but bronzers tend to be sold in jumbo form for some reason. Here's the thing, like the drugstore has really, really good or more affordable options. There are a lot of in the more affordable makeup market for bronzers. But for some reason, I love a big, fat, luxury, overpriced bronzer. So I'm going to use a really kind of soft brush that's not dense. What's the opposite of dense? Hey Siri, what's the opposite of dense? Sparse, thin, no. Why is the word slipping my mind? Anyways, it's not dense, the opposite. But this is kind of dark. Like, this would be good for me in the summer. But I've also had this awakening in the last year. I've talked about this. This is not new information, but for those of you who don't watch every one of my videos, I've had this awakening this year that I am not as tan as I used to think that I was. I'm actually quite light. I don't want to say fair, because I'm not fair, but I'm definitely lighter than I thought that I was. I thought I was like a light medium. Girl, you're just light. Stop it. And I've already mentioned it, but my mom has a medium complexion, and I just was like, my dad is fair, my mom is medium, so I'm light medium. And that's okay. I have reasons for that, because for many, many years I worked outside. I worked in the physical education field. I was a teacher, so I was outside all the time. I ran summer camps. I was a sports coach. I did soccer for like toddlers, and like I did field hockey for high school. So I actually truly did used to be very, very tan at all times. So that's where that delusion is coming from. It was once not a delusion, but I don't be outside like that. So I'm quite light now. Yeah, and that's part of my other alternate life before I did this. I was very, very into like youth sports programs and all of that. So different than what I do now. Anyways, this is too dark. Too dark. This was not worth the money. This shade is too dark, and this is the lightest shade, I believe. Unless I'm mistaken. But this is very, very dark. So if you're very fair, this is a lot. And it doesn't even go on that smooth. I'm actually starting to like diss this. I'm not as into it anymore. I wanted to like it because I know I've liked Dior bronzers in the past, but I don't like this one as much. I will like it better in the summer though. Now, blush, I think I'm gonna use this. I bought it for my mom, and I haven't given it to her yet because I'm waiting for this cycle of Sephora videos to be over. I bought this shade for her that she requested, 42. I'm gonna try it, Mom, because I love this blush. It's like my favorite luxury blush formula recently, and I don't have shade 42, and it looks interesting, so let's see. I'm going to continue to just use this brush. I don't know, Mom. I don't know if it's going to work on you. I might have to hang on to this. No, it's okay. It's a little white for my preferences, but it's working. This is more what I would use as kind of a topper or to blend out a blush or right on the apple of the cheeks, I would say. I'm going to layer a glowy blush on top, you'll see. But It's pretty. It's that very viral, very trendy type of pinky blush. But I don't know if I'm vibing with it, at least with the look and the shirt that I'm wearing. It's for a certain situation, you know. So over top, I do want to add a radiant blush. This is the Super Suede from Say. I just hate this packaging. Why is this so, it just feels like it's gonna break. But, and look, it's all getting all scratched up already. I don't understand, but this is the shade Bella. And I just feel as though this is gonna be gorgeous to layer on top to give us a subtle glow. I've been saying this is very hourglass-esque. I don't like my blush placement. Why did I place it so low today? Anyways, we'll just raise it up here. I love this blush. I even went and purchased a second color because I love this blush so much in Mia, which is a little bit more rosy. I'm gonna take my foundation brush and just kind of get in this area because I don't like what I did here. Let's do a little bit of highlight. During the sale, I picked up 2 of the Dior highlighters. Again, redone in their line. I feel like these are not as smooth either as the original ones. So I still like these. I think that these look pretty. I like these better than the bronzers for sure, but like they are hitting. Like I do like them. I don't want to say that, but something's different. So I picked up nude halo and then pink halo. Pink halo for this cheek look, obviously, is what we're gonna do. But it does, okay, so when you do just a little bit, it's quite subtle, but it really blends into the skin easily. I'm trying to avoid this bugger. Would you guys yell at me if I like took a needle and poked this? Would you yell at me? I need to get it out. I think it's like it's a milia, but I'm gonna try and avoid highlight hitting that. I have another one right here. Why? I stopped using eye creams in case that's the reason. But as you build it up, it just gets prettier and prettier. Because upon first application, I'm like, meh, it's probably not worth it. But then the way that it builds is so beautiful. Okay. No, I do like this. And then I didn't buy this. I'm very grateful. I got this in PR, but I don't think I like it. It's the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Setting Spray. Now, the first time I used it, I didn't shake it up enough. You're supposed to really shake it because it has powder infused in here. This is supposed to be great for like oily skin. But it's been giving me splotches, like droplets of water on my face, even when I shake it really well, which then removes the makeup underneath. And I'm just trying to figure out if it's me, if it's just bad packaging, because yeah, you can't let this get clumpy, but there's literal powder like leaking from this. It's interesting. Definitely kudos for the unique concept, but I don't know, bad execution. Okay. I'm like getting this far away from me because I'm scared of droplets. Also, it's like stuck. Oh, nothing. I felt nothing. Like, I can't help it. It's just getting big water droplets everywhere. What do I do about this? Okay, we're good. I don't like the mist on this. I'm getting too many chunks of water. This application was better. So, tip, press really hard and all the way down. I find that when I'm a little bit more soft with my pushes, the droplets are more likely to come out. When you press all the way down, all the way through, it's definitely a more subtle mist. Okay, I figured it out. Still a little thick in places, but I think I've solved the issue. Okay. But this really does set makeup, by the way. It truly, truly, truly helps with longevity, just so you know. It's one of the actual longest lasting setting sprays I've ever used, if you can get a good application with it. For my eyes, I only have the Westman Atelier concealer on my eyelids. I'm so lazy to use eye primers, honestly. I just walk around with creasy eyeshadow. I don't care. The beauty of makeup is it comes up at the end of the day anyways. So if you're feeling lazy for the day and don't care, who cares? But I'm using the Dior bronzer in my crease. And we're going to play with a nifty little new product that I'm very curious about My biggest tip when it comes to under eye creasing, we all get it. It's not a big deal. But the best tip ever is just put eyeshadow underneath. Trust me, it'll hide so much of that creasing. Not only does it set the concealer, it also hides the concealer creasing. Obviously, we can't go like all the way down here, but it helps, trust me. So Urban Decay launched these glazed liquid eyeshadows, which look quite interesting. I'm quite excited to play with these. I don't have any new eyeshadow palettes that I haven't already beat the life out of. I mean, I think I've maxed out on Pat McGrath looks that I can do with that 10-pound palette. And then Natasha Denona. So we're using these. So a color that I would typically go for is this Sugar Twist. Let me show you. Isn't that interesting? Should I shake it? Bad girl. Bad joke. This looks interesting. Huh? Hold on. I need to watch a video on this. Let me make sure I'm utilizing this correctly. Okay. Their recommendations. Shake for 5 seconds. Swipe and go. So let's see. Again, this is Sugar Twist. Okay, this is quite glittery. But it's interesting. It's interesting how this is just a really giant brush, but only so much of the product gets on there. This one looks interesting. Sunshine Tax. This is like a duochrome shade one. Cute. I'm feeling kind of good about this. Just in case I don't like these, I don't want to open up anymore. I decide they aren't for me. So I'm going to use one on each eye so we can see the different colors. But Sugar Twist is more of my typical poison that I'd pick for myself. It's pretty easy to spread. It's a little uneven, but okay, that's not bad. And you can actually get a faux cut crease with this or utilize it to create a real cut crease. But I feel like nobody got time for that nowadays. Okay, I surprisingly like the application. Seeing how it blends out. I feel like it's swatched prettier than it applies on the eyelid. I will say that. It's a little uneven. It's not perfect. But let's see how long it takes to set and how it feels. And we'll do Sunshine Tax on the other eye. Like this one, I feel like there's barely any on the brush. Ooh, ooh, that's pretty. It's easy to use, but at the same time, it's kind of not. Oh, this one, this is my true first impression, so I'm going to have to keep playing with them. They have potential, 100%, but I'm not completely sold because I feel like, especially this shade, it's giving crusty dusty. But there's really potential. I need to practice using this some more. I want to actually use my finger to see. Part of the crustiness that I'm seeing is actually due to the fact that it's a multi-chrome shade. So it's actually not as bad as it looks. But it does feel quite light on the eyelid. It feels a little damp on the other eye, so it doesn't seem to be drying down super powdery. Like I feel like I gotta leave my eye closed until this is done. Okay. I think I like it. This one was I gotta play with it some more, but I do think I like it. I think it looks pretty actually. Let me put on a quick liner and get into the mascaras, which it is like mascara palooza right now. There are so many new mascaras. So with so many mascaras to choose from, this is the only mascara I purchased from this sale. It's the Lancome Lash Idol Flutter Extension Mascara. I bought it specifically for its tiny wand. I mean, these bristles are super tiny. But you know what else is super tiny? These lower lashes. So I wish it was a little shorter. Kind of long. for me to get back up in here. But that is strictly personal. A very, very personal problem. This mascara is okay. I honestly just think I prefer Definicils. It's fine. Nothing super impressive. So I'm gonna switch over for my upper lashes to the new Armani mascara. God, these are the tiniest. Can you read that? What is that? These are the tiniest words ever. Anyways, I used to be a big fan of Eyes to Kill from Armani. So I was actually excited to see they launched a new kid in town. And this seems to really brush through the lashes and separate really nicely. I did have a problem with Eyes to Kill and flaking. The first time I wore this, I didn't notice any flaking, but I didn't really give it a full wear test. So that's the purpose of today. Oh, I did not realize how dry my lips were looking this whole time, looking like I could use a whole drink of water. You really won't be able to see the results until this fully dries and curls. So in the meantime, let me pop a mask on these lips and then we'll see how long this takes to dry. Ooh, it's building up super nice though, without getting clumpy. It's giving a lot of length and separation. Definition is what I like. Okay, let's let this dry down. Okay, we dried pretty quickly, so it is like a drier formulation. I'm just gonna curl. I have my Shiseido eyelash curler somewhere else right now. I miss it. Oh, I just pinched my skin. Okay, not bad. No, I'm liking this mascara. It's at a disadvantage right now since I didn't use my Shiseido lash curler. I used a little bit of Wherever Walnut after the mask. We're looking much healthier now with some color back in my lips. Okay, I want to show you this. So I didn't pick this up during the sale, but I got it in PR and I'm loving this. I normally don't like a lip stain, but this is super unique. This is from Clarins. It's their water lip stain, but in the shade 13 specifically. I hate how lip stains have a like popsicle kind of look. Look how natural this stain is, which makes it perfect for underneath a gloss, like a sheer gloss. So this just keeps the color to my lips. It stains it to my natural lip color, which I love. This is such a neat product. Like, it's not one of those obnoxious, well, I don't want to say obnoxious. There's a time and a place for it, but you see how natural this looks. So just put this underneath. You have to be careful. It's not the easiest to apply. Now, I do have pretty naturally pigmented lips, so this would, I think, pop more if you don't have as much natural color. But I don't need it to, that's fine. And I'm just gonna give this a second to dry down. And I can go like this and it's gonna last a while, but I've been loving this for underneath a lip oil or a lip gloss that's a little bit more on the sheer side. So I'm currently testing the Fenty Beauty lip oil. I don't love this shade on me, Rose Amber, but I want to use it today. I'm really just testing the formula, deciding if I prefer this over the Fenty lip glosses. But now that this has dried, you know, lip oils and glosses, they just come off so fast. It's the nature of the product. You want that glossy shine. It's just not going to withstand too much. So I love having the reassurance of the lip stain underneath. And it will kind of fight a little bit with some of the colors, but I don't mind too much. So I'm thinking I like just the regular Fenty glosses more. I like that thicker feeling. These Fenty lip oils are definitely more on the slippery side, the thinner side, but they do hydrate exponentially better than the glosses. So if you do need that hydration to the lips, the oil definitely does that. And I'm just trying to think about how I feel about these eye glitters. Like, I feel like these could flake off, but they're actually staying quite well, slowly blending away. But that's our makeup look today. It's nothing crazy. More on the natural side, just so I can really test out these products But I think everything looks really nice, aside from the fact that I have 2 different eye colors going here. But everything is working really, really nicely. This is just, you know, second impressions as I'm continuing to figure out how I feel about these products. But this was very helpful, very informative. And I just hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me and talking makeup, my favorite topic ever. So I'm gonna have the links down below to everything that I mentioned. Make sure if you're interested in seeing all of my Sephora content, there's an abundance of it. You're probably sick of it by now. I'm done. Besides my speed reviews, after my speed reviews, I'm done. On April 15th, by the way, I wanted to use it today, but I didn't want to be too repetitive. But on April 15th, by the way, my collection with Odin's Eye, the Love Language collection, is restocking, including the lip colors. Kisses. Everybody's dying to pick up Kisses. Kisses will finally be available. The palette will be available again. All of the other colors. Love Language also sold out. The lip color, that one's coming back as well. So it's all coming back, and it's shipping out right away. If you pre-ordered, you should be getting your orders soon. They're already starting to get them packed up and ready to be sent out. And thank you so much for your support on that collection. Tomorrow, or April 15th, there should be a video out of me using it yet again. It feels so good to get it back out. I stopped using my collection because nobody could get it and I didn't want to be annoying, but sorry. Prepare to be sick of me once again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more makeup reviews, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.
It's delicious.